Good morning, everyone. How's it going? What's up? How is everyone doing today? Wukong, thanks a lot for the sub. I gave you a little cheeky dance emote because I was obviously not live at that point. But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. I think we're good to go. Whoop. Got some cool news today. We're finally going to Paldea, which should be the the trailer today. Which would be really nice, actually, because I don't know if you guys are... Is the music too loud? Is the music too loud? Hold. How's the music, guys? Is it okay? Hopefully it's okay. What was I saying? Seems fine. Okay, cool. It's just me, then that's okay. So yeah, so quite a while ago, I was wanting for them to do Paldea. Because I think Tera could be pretty cool in this game. So we'll have to see. Again, I don't know how they're going to print stuff that's stronger than Hydreigon. I'll be honest. I really don't. But maybe if there's like... Either grass becomes a lot better, or they could print, you know, like a non-grass Pokemon, because grass isn't that good right now, that is Tera grass. Maybe. 1 energy to 180! What about 0 energy? And it just says kill Hydreigon and all its descendants. What, falling off? Oh, that'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the trailer because again, I'm fast. One sec, guys. Hey, I'm back. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, for Terras, like it's pretty cool because you basically have, say, I mean, the most popular example I would say is like Dark Terra Charizard. So it still uses fire energy, but it's dark. So that's what's kind of interesting. Is decks will just legitimately have different type Pokemon and they can utilize them the same as the type the main deck is, which should be pretty fun. But yeah, in terms of dealing with the meta, either Meowscarada or Grass Terra something is going to be pretty important. I also am quite happy because it's Paldea. I'm gonna say 90% sure that there won't be any megas, which I'm okay. I'm kind of done with megas now. I'm over it. In terms of, like, we were never gonna get 8,000 expansions of megas, right? It was never really gonna happen. So I'm glad that like it is we're just not gonna have megas, we're gonna have Teras, which I think is cool. So we'll have to see how it goes. We'll see the trailer later today. Tomorrow we'll obviously be going through the trailer, talking about all the cards and so on. Waffle, there's nothing up with you. Enough now. So that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, I'm down with Paldea. I think the mechanic's cool. It's a bit less cool in Pocket because there's no choice, if that makes sense. Like something's either Tera or it's not. That you don't like pick a type to change into, like in the video game, for example. It's just there will be, there could be Tera Fire Meowscarada, and that's Meowscarada, but it's a fire type, and so on. What time is the trailer coming out? 1 sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, is it what, 6 hours? Ish? But hats, so silly fun. Well, oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, Terras, generally, the visuals of Terras don't look great, but the mechanic of Terras is very good. So I'm looking for, and honestly, as long as it's just not megas, because we've had enough megas now. That's all I was really asked about. So I'm glad that they didn't overdo megas. I think we got a good amount of megas, and we just don't need any more for quite a while. I think megas. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we have no real need for megas anymore. Not extra ones. We've got plenty. So I like that. One thing that did surprise me, I mean, if they can't get what is this? One thing that did surprise me is that we didn't get Mega Zard X. That's always a surprise. Because I just feel like that's one of the most popular Megas. So that was, and it's a Charizard. But we got Y, obviously. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Paldea. I think it'll be fun. I just have my same concern that this expansion, that's like Fantastical Parade, was awesome. However, we are ruled by Hydreigon, and I have no clue what they're going to release to try and stop us being ruled by Hydreigon. So we'll have to see, I guess. Waffle, what is up with you today? It's been a grump today. No Mega Glucaro is one that surprised me the most. They have that balance though, right? Where they probably don't want to just release a million of one Pokemon. Ooh. Oh. I did not know Latias was yellow / orange. Any cards that power creep that card must be insane. No, the trailer's out later today. But I'm trying to think. Like, after a few more... Oh, I don't think we'll get Megas for another year now or so, at least. At least we won't get Megas for at least another year. Realistically, I think the only way they can deal with Hydreigon is if there's cards that like, or there's a Pokemon line that is, it has to be all round okay and then very good at stopping Hydreigon. Like, I think that is the sort of thing it needs to be, but it doesn't have to be. What's a good example? I know this is very different, but look at Oricorio, right? Oricorio is not a good Pokemon in terms of its stats, but it's very good against EXs. So they'll have to do something along those lines. I'm not saying to have a Pokemon that doesn't take damage from Hydreigon, but maybe a good Pokemon or a grass type, yeah, that says can't take any more than 60 damage in a hit or something. Do you know, I'm not saying these are perfect designs, but you know, that sort of thing. Like, can't take more than 60 damage or 80 damage from one single hit. So you can just tank Hydreigon, right? I think something like that. Something like that would be my, off the top of my head, best guess of like what you could do to deal with Hydreigon without being very memey and really scaling the game. Oricorio, stage 1. No, I don't. Well, you mean stage 2, right? Right. Yeah, I don't think we need anything that blunt of like stage 2 Pokemon can't deal damage to this. I don't think we need that. But I just think if you honestly, I think if you just had like I'll just be silly now. Let's just say you've got a basic that's like a basic EX maybe, and it's just you can't take more than 80 damage in one hit, or 60 damage in one hit or something, or 70 damage, you know, whatever that number is. But basically, in between the lines, you cannot be one-shot by Hydreigon, right? Something like that, I think, is the sort of card you probably need to make where it's not literally targeted at Hydreigon. You just described Shuckle. I thought Shuckle has damage reduction, doesn't he? Can't remember what Shuckle's ability is. I know it's the reduction. Yeah, this... I've not described Shuckle. This just says you take -20 from attacks. That's just not Shuckle at all, right? I'm saying, if you got dealt 800 damage, you take 80. If you got dealt 800 damage again, you take 80. That sort of thing. So you just can't get one shot by big damage, and that would obviously then have the side effect of suddenly Hydreigon can't just blitz you and you can fight back. Even better if it's grass type or Terra grass. Hope we get more stadiums this set. Almost certain. I don't think stadiums are going anywhere. I'd be shocked if we don't get at least one stadium per set for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I'd be shocked because it's just a staple. Stadiums aren't like megas. Like, stadiums are just a staple card type. Like tools, right? Looking forward to stadiums the most. The Pokemon are usually whatever. I don't know about that. I think loads of the Pokemon in this expansion were really good. Was there a new No, the trailer's later today, Pastor, but there was a teaser, which is basically the Paldea starters. But yeah, for me, all I really care about is, are there any cards that can fight Hydreigon? Yeah, we'll probably get Area Zero, yeah. In some form. Just need to change the ability. It seems higher self-damage. The problem is they almost certainly won't. That's the sort of hurdle, right? They will not edit cards, which is fine. That is completely fine. So I'm trying to think of what... Because here's the trick, right? They've gone so far with the power level that it's almost impossible for them to keep printing more powerful cards, because it would have to be like, oh, it's a 160 HP basic with 1 energy, deal 100 damage or something. You know, like that. That's where you'd have to start scaling. And based on how they make sets, won't be solved till the end of the year. They obviously make sets in advance. I mean, all content's made super in advance in almost all games. However, I think there's decent chances of us getting stuff because all it would take would be like a decent Grass Terror or Meowscarada maybe to like get the job done. They probably just power creep it, but you can't. That's the problem, right? That's kind of my point, is that we're getting close to the point where you can't power creep it because it's a 1 energy, deal 130 damage. What, the only way they could do it is put that on a stage 1, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't really. Also, all cards that were good don't see plenty more. Yeah, but they had. How do you go better than 1 mana or 1 energy, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't. It's got high health. Rare candy exists, so that's auto power creep. And then it's 1 energy, deal 130. 0 energy, execute. Hey Ruby, good morning. So that's been my concern over the past few months, is that they've crept so hard that there's nowhere else to go, which is why I wanted a rotation. No note. Oh, I don't know, Emerald. I've just started stream like I do every day, mate. I did wonder where you were. You and Ruby and all me here straight away. So that's why I think what I'm looking for, because no one wants more power creep, right? Games can be decided turn 2. No one likes that, at least I don't. So I'm assuming because I don't like something, no one else does. An ability or stadium that presents multiple energy would stop it, but I don't probably too powerful prevent. Yeah, the problem, I don't actually think a stadium would stop it, Pasta. Because the problem is, you play your stadium to stop them attaching energy, and they just overdo the stadium with theirs and then do the energy and kill you. And I know that requires them to have a stadium as well, but there's only going to be more stadiums added to the game, right? So yeah, it's I don't know. I think they have to fix it in like a sideways way. The new Mega, I think, are going to be the new overpowered. There won't be new Megas. I very much doubt we're getting any Megas this set. We'll be getting Terras. They're done with Megas now, I think. I think Mega Mewtwo. That's fine, but I'd be shocked because they've basically announced Paldea. And Paldea doesn't have Megas. What are Terras? No, so a Terra. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'll explain it. In the video game Scarlet Violet, you have a mechanic called terrestrialization. And what it is when you have your Pokemon, I'm going to oversimplify a few things. You effectively choose a type, right? And it's any of the types in the game, fire, water, whatever. And I'll give you. Okay, hang on. I should probably. Okay, so let's have Cinderace, yeah? Your Cinderace in the video game is a Cinderace, but once per battle, you can terrestrialize one of your Pokemon. and it terastallizes into the type you have chosen, and then that makes it that type, and you get the bonuses for that type as well. So if you you could have your Cinderace Terra to water. So when you Terra it, it's water type. So then it's not weak to water, it's resistant or whatever, right? And so on, so on. So it's a really cool mechanic. I think probably the best mechanic for me. Maybe Gigantamax is better, but anyway. In the TCG, yeah, you get the defenses and weaknesses of the new type. You become the new type. In the TCG, they don't do choices. The Terras are set. So I can just open one up. I'll probably just show the most popular one. At least as far as I'm concerned. We have an image. Oh my god. Excuse me. Here we go. How will this show? So this is the Tera Dark Charizard. So this is just a card in your deck in the TCG, right? But as you can see, it's dark type. You evolve it from just a Charmeleon, right? It's dark type, but it costs fire. So you don't have to split your energy if you run a Terra of a different type. So it's a fire attack, as in the energy it uses fire, but as you can see, the Charizard is grass weakness because it's dark, and it has this Terra ability. As long as this Pokemon's on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, this is an example of a Terra. So you could play a normal Fire Charizard deck, and you would play that deck, let's say, but one or both of your Charizard EXs could just go up dark type. So if you run against water, as long as you can evolve to Charizard, you're suddenly not weak anymore. Right? And it lasts for entire battle. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you don't choose a Terra. The where you choose your Terras in deck building, this isn't like the video game where you like play a card that Terras. It's just these are your Terra options. And they can't be, that's what I said, yeah. The Terra ability along the top. Yeah. So it's interesting because, as you can see, suddenly your fire deck kind of isn't weak to water anymore in this example. Greninja will still eat this? What? What do you mean? Huh? Huh? I mean, ping Cyrus GG. It can only ping it if it's a Charmeleon. Because when it's on the bench, you take 0 damage. Oh, by attacks. Sorry, yeah, it's attacks. Yeah. But anyway, this isn't even a pocket card. This isn't a pocket card. In this case, you want both one Terra, one normal. In the TCG, a lot. I mean, it's different in TCG because there's more options, but you could just run 2 Terra. Because also, at least again, just in my experience with TCG, the Terra cards are quite good, and there's also, oh, I mean, I have this card. Oh, it's in my folder. I have this card here, but if I, oh god, why is that? Sorry, guys, one sec. Why does, hang on. What's the good? Oh, Limitless will do, won't it? Sorry, guys, one sec. I'm just Pikachu Terra. Will that work? I can't. Because there's also... Wait, what? Oh my god. I hate... Does anyone else hate search things with, that don't have, like, predicted searches? Do you also have... That not work now? You also have something like this, which is pretty cool. And I know, yes, this is just an example. I'm not saying it would be good in Pocket, but you've got like Pika EX that's Tera, but it's Tera. Oh my god, what's it called? The alternate time for the. They're a separate. Yeah, they're a separate card. Oh no, it's an alternate evolution. A Tera Charizard will evolve from a normal Charmeleon. There's no Tera Charmeleon. Yeah, Stella, that's it. Yeah, Stella. Sorry, I just couldn't remember the bloody type. So Stella is like a terrestrialization that is every type. Well, kind of. It buffs one. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to explain VGC to you, but it's like a mixed Terra. And you can have this, which is pretty cool. Do you think Meowscarada will have a similar ability in the TCG? I think I don't know. Can you explain VMAX, Gigantamax, or no? They're just special types of cards that do slightly different things. It's not. It's kind of irrelevant. It's basically typeless. Yeah. So it's basically typeless, I think. And then the first attack after you Stellar Terra of each type attack gets a bonus. But it gets the stab, right? But that's it. No. These aren't leaks. These are from the TCG. These are just examples. The only thing that the trailer will be later today, they've put a teaser trailer, which is just the Paldea starters. And if they're doing Paldea, they're doing Terra. Triple Energy is hard in Pocket without... Yeah, it wouldn't... This isn't a Pocket card. None of these cards are designed for Pocket. I'm just giving you an example of... There is also Terra Stella, which is like a mixed Terra. That's all. Yes, yeah. Quite fast for them to add Terra so soon after adding Megas. I don't know. They always hop across mechanics. These could be in the next set. No. These are TCG cards just to show you examples of Terra cards. Phil will get 2 packs and Gen 9 won't have enough to fill it all. What? Why would you think that? Terra's worth just 2 points. Terras are EXs. Yeah. There's no... All the words are elsewhere on the card. It's just Pikachu EX. Let me just... And then, this one is going to be interesting because it's almost certain... It's almost certain that we'll get Terapagos. Not this card. I'm just giving you examples. Because Terapagos is like the hero of Scarlet Violet. And the current anime series is basically about Terapagos. Pagogo. We now see Absol and Heatmore. There's Absol, there's Heatmore. I would say if Hydreigon wasn't Giga dominant, then Indeedee is exceptional as well. There's also Pheromosa. Is it common for Terras to use multi-energy? No. These are Stellar Terras. What are other... Hang on. Terra, Pokemon, TCG. Let me just find some Pokemon for you. Oh, okay. This search function is annoying. Obsidian flames. Yeah, so for example, this is a cool one. It's got like Tyranitar EX, Electric Terror. So if, weirdly enough, it's weak to fighting. And it uses fighting, obviously. But it's not weak to, you know, grass or whatever. Yeah, Stella is a special terror. Sorry, apologies for all the questions. No, you don't have to apologize for the questions. But it does electric damage? No. There's no, oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. I was good. I got the fighting electric mixed up. This is an electric Pokemon. This would do extra damage to most water types and flying types or whatever, right? It does fighting damage? No, sorry. I flipped my brain from electric to fighting. In TCG, the energy type you use to power an attack is pretty much irrelevant. Apart from you needing that energy, right? The type of attack is the type of the Pokemon. So Tyranitar is an electric type. It will do extra damage to water. It will do extra damage to, like, you know, birds and so on. So yeah, the card typing is the only thing that matters in terms of weakness and so on, and resistance. Not that exact comment. Terra cards. The next set is Paldea, and Paldea is Terra. So yeah, there's loads of cool things. Stellas have weaknesses. What's the point in them being all types? In the VGC, Stella have bonus damage for the first time they attack with each attack. But in, I mean, do I just go back? But the difference here is Stella normally have crazy moves. Like, if you look at this, I mean, Terrapagos is very much an AoE type Pokemon as well. But in the TCG, they have weakness. It's just these normally have, like, slightly crazier abilities, right? Like, look at that Topaz Bolt. 300 damage is pretty decent. I don't really play TCG, but I think Stella isn't super common Terra type. This Pikachu was very popular, but outside of that, I don't think so. This Pikachu was played. And how these compete with Mega when most EX haven't. I'm more concerned with how they compete with Hydreigon. But also, the thing to remember, which is important, right, is... Let me get rid of this for a sec. Let me go ahead. No, Stella's not super popular. Stella's not super popular at all. But I think for me, one of the cool things about Terra... Now again, this might not be... this is all conjecture based on what I know from TCG, is a lot of the Terra cards have pretty strong text boxes. Or abilities, sorry. So even if we go back to like... And again, I'm not saying this is a one-to-one or anything like that. But when you look at, like... when you look at like this, look at this ability, guys. When you play this Pokemon from yet, so when you evolve it into Charizard, you may search your deck for 3 basic fire energy cards, attach them to Pokemon in any way you like. So it juices itself and then does more damage for every prize card you're missing. Now, again, this is a TCG card, not a pocket card, but almost all the Teras I remember being even remotely popular had really strong abilities. Think Dual Energy would be a good addition to Pocket? Probably not. But yeah, it's just I just wanted to give you guys an example of what Terras are in the card game. So you're not picking what type. A Pokemon doesn't transform to a different type during the game. It's a pre-done decision, right? Like if you want to play this Charizard, you put it in your deck, right? There's no fancy mechanics. The mechanic is this Charizard is Dark type, not Fire. And as I said, they normally have quite strong abilities. What's the relationship between crystal skin and typing change? So there's this crystal that creates the Tera change that makes the Pokemon terastallize, and they have something called a Tera Orb. It's basically a Pokeball, but it's like an orb that has the Tera thing in it. They throw it, and it links with the Pokemon and like makes them Tera. It's just like a crystal that emits this energy that like lets them change types, basically. In the TCG, the Tera types for the moment, a Zard can suddenly become a Dark. No. Yeah, can't. Yeah, no. Charmeleon would evolve into this Charizard. There's nothing overly complex. It's just this Charizard is Dark type, but it uses. But the most important thing is the typing is always irrelevant of the energy. So if you're playing a Florigato that is Terra Fire, it will almost certainly still use grass energy because you'll be playing it with Sprigatito, Florigato, and so on. And in a grass deck, it's just your Meowscarada would be fire type. So yeah, I think I'm excited because what I like about this, it's is it's the best way to explain it. It's not as it kind of is just as relevant now as it was like a year ago. But a lot of people were asking for like, oh, well, we just can't run different types of Pokemon. Like if you run a fighting deck, it's all fighting. If you run a grass deck, it's all grass. The cool thing about this is you're not super weak to one thing if you run Terra, because normally your big hitters or whatever won't be the type your main deck is, right? So you get some level of, like I said, with Florigato, Meowscarada, if you run up against a fire deck, you might think, balls. But if Meowscarada's like a Terra Electric, well, all you need to do is not lose the Florigato, go to a Meowscarada, and then you're not weak to it anymore, right? So it's kind of cool. So it's kind of cool where it's like a very simple way to have multi-types in your deck without having to jump through hoops with energy, getting unlucky in that sense, or having to play 3 different babies and so on, so on, so on. But we're probably gonna get 2 packs, right? I would guess. Can I search? Probably not, right? There you've got one of the funny ones. In that it's Tera Dragonite. Trailer's dropping today. It'll probably be one pack. You think? You think they're gonna do one pack for Paldea? What's the point of Tera here? Dragonite's already a dragon. Yes. However, you do get the Tera power of not being able to be hit in the back. And in the VGC, a lot of the time you do Tera the same type because you get extra damage. Yeah, it's just the Tera power. See at the top. Now again, this may not be the case in Pocket. I'm just giving you examples. And it's relevant because in VGC, a lot of times you do Tera the same type, or at least a chunk of the time you Tera the same type for extra damage. They've never done 2 full sets back to back, and people already complain. Who cares if they complain? They're still making billions of dollars, right? And also, they can just change the size of the 2 packs, right? I'm not saying they release 800 cards in 2 packs. They can just do a smaller set with 2 packs. But I'd be shocked if they're going to introduce Tera and Paldea in like a 60 card set, right? Right? I just think I would be shocked if it's like, oh, here's the new region. Tera is 12 cards. We getting Paradox Pokemon? We could be getting Paradox Pokemon. We could get Paradox Pokemon. So there's like a... This was a popular... Wait, what? I don't know which Screamtail it is. Is it this one? Yeah. So there's like Ancient and Future Pokemon as well that they can do. Raging Bolt, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm saying it would be 2-pack is because Scarlet Violet have Miraidon and Koraidon, right? And then there's Ancient Pokemon and Future Pokemon. So, like, it would feel weird that a very 2-focused game or expansion, whatever, has 1 pack. I would be surprised. Yeah, there's like a Raging Bolt, of course. Everyone's favorite. Oh. There we go. Tera specific supporters or items? Yes, Tera Orb being the main one, maybe the only one. But it's your classic Pokeball for Tera. Be your idol. No way that comes to Pocket. I mean, I could see it probably being a supporter and not an item. Wish they could make cards with more than 1 attack more common. Agreed. I mean, Burst Roar is nutty as well. Like, this card was very good. Chingling stops this, yeah. And then there's the classic. If you've played TCG, you know this this dude. Good old Flutter main. This is the tech against Hydreigon. Lol. Is it confirmed that Tera's coming? Well, they've teased that it's Paldea, and if they do Paldea without Tera, I would be shocked. It's like, we'll do this region that revolves around this one mechanic, but not do the mechanic. And it's a basic as well, guys. It's very easy to, obviously this is like Ancient Mismagius, but then realize, or the other one, Mischievous, but then realize it's basic. Does Paldea also mean Paradox? Yes. Paldea has Terras and Paradox Pokemon. Yeah, Fluttermane's insane. It's just a shame all the future Pokemon look lame. Well, I'm so sad I got Violet, to be honest. Oh my god, okay. What's the, is it Iron Bundle? Oh, look at this nerd. Just robot Delibird. The only one that's even okay, I think, is Iron Hands. I played a lot of Iron Hands EX. This was when I was playing, Oh, yeah. This is when I was playing the TCG. I played this. Amp You Very Much is pretty sick. Iron Treads is the Dom fan, yeah. I'm trying to work out which one has good thing. Yeah, there's its like nose or trunk, but its face is fully under here, and then tusks. It's very strange. Did not enjoy the future Pokemon, I'll be honest. Hey, Corey. I think what I could see them doing is they could do Terra this expansion and do future and Paradox Pokemon next expansion. I got Iron Mugulus. Wait, you mean, isn't it Jug? Just don't. The problem is, look at this, guys. Which Pokemon is this? I can't have another meta of Hydreigon, just in a different thing. But yeah, I could see us getting Terra this set, and then Paradox the set after. Because I don't think they need to do both. I think Paradox will be its own thing. And I'm fine with it. I think it'll be more interesting, right? We get like base Gen 9. And then we can get Paradox later. I think that'll be pretty good. How many in total are there? Oh, I don't know. There's not tons. Is there like 10 to 20 each or something? Surprised they haven't added trainer mod. Oh, I'd love that, Pasta. That could be what they do to bridge the gap to Gen 10. I'd love trainer Pokemon. Honestly, I would love like trainer/gym leader expansion or a Team Rocket expansion. Oh, like just a Team Rocket expansion would be sick. It would be so nuts. Giovanni's Mewtwo. Let's go. Oh yeah, this is the sort of stuff we want. Team Rocket Honchkrow. It'll be so sick. A trainer Pokemon EXs? You can get some, right? How's Ash's spelled? Ash's... Wait. Is Ash's Pikachu? What? Wait, are there no EXs? Do they not? Oh, classic. But yeah. Anyway, that's some nice news. I'm looking forward to watching the trailer. Because of the unfortunate timing of the trailer, as always, we will be going through it tomorrow morning. Oh, excuse me. We will be going through it tomorrow morning. Made it to Master Ball? Nice. Ah, nice, okay. Is it mad to like maybe put one Altaria in? Is that crazy? Kinda, but we have no damage. Where's the? This is the problem with Bennett. Where's the damage? Right. A blue. Okay. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Good old new deck 20. Still I've been out for. Oh, that's fine, right? But like, it it's still decent in this. And the whole point is I'm just trying to like absolutely mean people. Because this is one way you can deal with Hydreigon, right? Is you either pull Hydreigon in and kill it, or just pull something else in and the something else can't retreat. So Hydreigon can sit on the bench and gain energy all it likes. Great. And we start Soblu. Here we go. Oh god. I'm already tilted. It's the first game of the day. Oi oi oi. Oi 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 oi. Go to sleep. Stay asleep. Oh, they're putting Absol in. Interesting. Oh my god, Team Rocket Grunt, go! Ooh! If this psychopath has it, I'm gonna be annoyed. Okay. Ha! Good! Every Hydreigon we slay on ladder, I feel like I should get a medal for. I think I deserve it. I think I deserve it. Pull off a Hydreigon's defeated counter, yeah. Yeah, I should put my win rate and then tell people who ask. No, that's just versus Hydreigon. Oh, look. Prepare for trouble. And make it gruntable. Poison bomb. Me, me, me. Dratch. Hmm. Son of a bitch. Hmm. I mean, I have to, right? We've not got the juice. Ooh, Shipito. See a new Umbreon Darkrai Greninja deck. No. I mean, it makes sense, right? Just ping and then pull it in, deal 80, go. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Has a good matchup versus Hydra. Really? Wait, how? Doesn't your Umbreon just get wrecked? And drag it in, but what if... I don't know. I think that makes it sound easier than it is. Well, we either win or we lose. We lose. My God. It's kind of tricky. Wait, is this dark again? They announced Tera? Well, they've announced like Paldea, which I'm assuming has Tera. The teaser trailer was put out last night, and the trailer's coming today. Oh, I'd love to draw some cards. Okay. Doesn't Burnett lock them? How does Burnett lock them? They just do this, right? Yeah. Well, time to lock in. Man, I'm already done with the game. It's not good, is it? But I just don't know what to like. You know what I mean? I like playing the game, but what have we just faced 4 Hydreigons in a row? Do you know what I mean, though? Like, I don't... like, are you gonna put Charizard? Probably not, no. Megas are... They won't be doing any more Megas. You think the new expansion will have 0 new Megas? What makes you think that? Because Megas have never been a permanent fixture in TCG. And if they're doing Paldea, Paldea has 0 focus on Megas in any way, shape, or form. Swab, swab! Like, it would be weird, right? Oh, here's Paldea, this new place with... Is there a rumor about being... It's not a rumor. They did a teaser trailer announcement last night, and it was literally the Paldea starters. Okay. Oh, come on, me. Bonk. Yeah, I was saying before, I don't think we're gonna get Paradox Pokemon this set. That's probably next set. Dark Terra Zard. I wouldn't be 100% surprised, but I'd be a little bit surprised if they release another Zard. Thanks, friend. I'd be surprised if they didn't release a Terra. But the thing is that Zard's literally just had Mega Zard. And we're gonna get Mega... Not Mega, Jesus Christ, my brain. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get EXs of the starters. I am 99% sure because all those starters are main characters in the current anime as well. Doesn't Pokemon Pocket have an official Instagram account? I don't know. Not sure, I'm afraid. Yeah, I know they've done it with other starters before, but I would be shocked if we didn't get Meowscarada EX. God, why does my brain not remember Fuecoco's? Maybe it's not even Gen 9 at all. They could be tricking us. Pretty dumb trick, though, right? Skeledirge, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. A pretty weird trick. Meowscarada is the Hydreigon counter? I hope not. Because I'm then just worried, does that mean just whoever rare candies into it first wins? Because that's... I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe... I talked about what type of counter I would like to be introduced, but we'll see. Oh my god, this is a problem. Okay. It's fine. Kind down the house to Pokemonday? What's Pokemonday? Oh, Pokemon Day. I thought it was Pokemon Day. Yeah, Pokemon Day, of course. Yeah. I'm so confused. I think it's 5 hours from now. I think. Could be 4, though. I'm rubbish with time zones. Hey, Chris. I think that was weird. Why didn't they just knock me out with Hydreigon? Well, there's one card left I could draw. 1 out of 4 to win the game. Well, 1 out of 4 and then a lot of coin flips. Here we go. Oh, cool. Guys, I am dying here. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's hard. Excuse me. Don't dead open inside. Oh. That confused me for a second. And I got what you're doing. I beat that cat comes to all your cuts first time. Wasn't easy though. Tina? You beat her the first time? Is it the first time you've seen Tina? Yeah. Spoiler? It doesn't matter, right? I mean, Winter's watched my bloody streams. If you don't want spoilers, don't ask me about the game. Or tell me about the game. I've streamed like a fair few hours of the game now, so, and I'm pretty far. Well, not pretty far, but I'm like far enough. I do want to play Thingy as well, by the way. I've been meaning to jump back into Sky Shard and give it a whirl. Because I only played it right at the beginning, and I think they've improved it a lot. Ooh, I love stuff. What can I purchase? Sky Shard? Yeah, Regis's game. Because it's crazy, I just don't know what to play. It's legitimately a problem. You got to, yeah, I just, well, yeah, we had one really good day, and then the day after we got crunched a little bit. But I don't even think it's that. I think it's just the depression of facing like 90% Hydreigon on ladder. Yeah, I think the problem is it's gonna sound weird, right? And I hope you guys understand what I mean. It's not I don't know what decks to try and do well against Hydreigon. It's that I just don't really want to just play against Hydreigon. I don't know if that's silly, right? I get that that's kind of dumb. Oops. I get it that it's just dumb, but do you know what I mean? Or if we just play some Alolan eggs. Egg. Gonna try to do well with Swampert versus Hydreigon. Yeah, I can see that. Just a big boy that can heal. Wait, can you search baby or not? Probably not, right? It's no tag. Cape's probably not as good as Helm, right? Celebi's 2 energy, yeah, 2 grass, isn't it? Yeah, we need pops, obviously. It's for like pop. Eri. But then there's like one secret source card. I mean, we don't have copycat. Are we supposed to just play copycat? So just a lot of supporters is the only problem. A lot of people are happy with the meta because the best 3 decks are the same decks for 3 months. Yeah. Pretty much. I still think Hydreigon is massively the worst defender, though. Like, for me personally, it's strong, but I don't... If we're on about the 3 decks and we're talking about Altaria being one of them, I don't mind Altaria being good. Because it's at least a deck that requires something going on. And it has, like, very clear weaknesses. Speaking of... Turn 2, 130. I agree, but Altaria needs a full bench and to have evolved Altaria. Right? Which I'm not saying is giga hard, but it's also not straightforward. It has deck building, pretty big deck building implications, right? Cool. All I mean is, out of the 3, Altaria is the least problematic for me. It's interesting they're giving me more time. Like, look at Hydreigon. Hydreigon is a stage 2, but it requires no setup whatsoever and only really needs 1 energy. And isn't a mega. I think it just needs lots of draws. Wait, what? How does it need lots of draws? I'm saying it in compared to Altaria. Altaria, you need Swablu, then to evolve Altaria to get, and then 2 energy on it, and you need 3 Pokemon on the bench, right? I think Tera might come to the game. Yeah, I talked about all this morning. Go watch the start of the VOD. We went through it all. Yeah, I would argue you need less for Hydreigon. You need way less for Hydreigon than Altaria. I'm getting very close to just closing the game, guys. I'm so glad there's an expansion, and hopefully it just changes things. And I'm so annoyed that the most recent set was so good, but is also trash at the same time. It, like, actively annoys me. First 2 weeks of the new set was the most fun I've had in Pocket for a while. So this is part of the thing where, remember way back when I said that the game didn't necessarily need ranked? Okay. No, I'm just dead, aren't I don't know, guys. It's just... Oh, what is that? Is that 5 or 6 games have been Hydreigon? The other 2 have been... What was it? Altaria Greninja? The trailer's coming today, yeah. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I know my streams have been shit lately, but it's really difficult to, like, have fun playing the game in this format / experience or whatever. Oh, look. Okay. Yeah, it's just difficult because I'm just not having fun basically because the meta's a mess. So if my deck is boring and feels bad to play against, well, it's just incredibly strong, right? Like, it's literally like, oh, turn 2, you're dead, and it's just like I'm not even playing it. I'm not even playing a game at that point. That's the frustration, right? It's not like, oh, they have to pull off this sick strategy to win, and it's really strong. The sick strategy is turn 2 win. It's nuts. Run 2 Guzma just because of... Well, Poison Barb isn't even overly relevant. Poison Barb's just a little sprinkle of extra on top, right? Like, Poison Barb's good, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, Poison Barb isn't really pushing the deck forward. It's just good in a couple of matchups. Also, I've hit, what, Tails 5 times in a row now. Yeah, Rare Candy, biggest mistake they've made by an absolute mile. Chingling? You mean the things it's good against Chingling, yeah. Buzzwole to the rescue. Buzzwole does fine against it, but it's not even that good. Because again, it's not like it's maybe it's harder to describe than I think it is, but it's not that I can't win games. It's that playing against this deck 90% of the time is just super unfun and depressing. And it's more annoying because they made a good expansion. But it's irrelevant if everything beforehand is giga powerful. Well, players keeping down on the bench, tying it before it evolves is the way. Irrelevant, really, isn't it? It's like, what's targeting and killing a 150 HP Pokemon? Right? Not a lot. Right? Like, it's like, oh, look, that Hydreigon's only 150 HP. Let's get this magical move that deals damage to it, pulls it in, and knocks it out. This guy just threw. He had the wing on board. He didn't, right? He didn't have the win. It was down to my coin flip either way. Super excited when they introduced Rare Candy at first. It felt like to me those stage 2s were almost completely unviable. Then they treated all new stage 2s as if they were good. Yeah. The problem was, for me, is people always said stage 2 was unplayable. I'm pretty sure that was pretty much during one period of time where Darkrai Giratina was strong. No, not you. My opponent didn't have lethal. Oh, okay. How did my opponent have lethal? Because I think you're not counting the helmet reduction. Because there was tons of stage 2s that were played. Right? But people just choose not to mention all the stage 2s that were played. And also, without Rare Candy, stage 2 would be slow, though. Mega Charizard's good, right? Like, people aren't playing Rare Candy and Mega Charizard. Right? Stage 2 has been good very often. I just think people choose to just forget about it. It's weird. No one's playing Venusaur with Rare Candy. No one's playing Mega Charizard with Rare Candy. Right? All you need is half-decent stage 1s. It's not like a super crazy idea. I remember... So it depends what we're talking about, but like there's Magnezone, there's Gardevoir was played in one of the best decks in the meta at the time, right? Before Rare Candy. I mean, we can look, right? And I know things are... You could talk about different things depending on certain meta and time of the game's life cycle. But Charizard was played, Mewtwo was played, Mewtwo had Gardevoir, which is stage 2, right? Let's have a look. I mean, Dragonite was played, regardless of whether people think it was good or not. Alakazam was played a little bit. I don't know why I'm looking at it like this as well. I mean, Rampardos, insane. Yeah, there's Gardevoir. Did this have any stage 2s at the time? I don't think Electric had any, right? Greninja. I think was played for a little bit before Rare Thingy, before Rare Candy. God, these set sizes always like boggle my brain a little bit. I always forget sometimes what was in what set in the early days. I mean, this was not a very stage 2 heavy set at all. Superior was played though. Like Superior was played. I'm just trying to squint my eyes. I mean, Garchomp was playable. People played Bastiodon. Rampardos, of course. Togekiss was played. Luxray was played. Obviously, Magnezone, the big cheese. Was this the bad water one? It was outside of Palkia Manaphy, right? Yeah. Like Infernape was played. Again, I'm not saying it's the best deck in the game, but people played it. What set was Rare Candy? I always forget what set it was because I try and delete bad memories from my brain. Crobat was obviously played. Was this the Rare Candy set? It wasn't, right? Yeah, so we had Garchomp, Crobat. This Gengar was played a little bit. Was it this set? Guys, I'm going crazy. Was Rare Candy still not out? Oh, it wasn't, because that's Stokes Hard, wasn't it? Oh, this is the reign of Giratina. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this set didn't... Well, Beedrill was played. Meowscarada was played. This was Rare Candy set. So all the sets previous had stage 2s that were played. Right? Rampardos was played with Candy? Rampardos was played before Candy. Oh yeah, I wasn't going at you, by the way, Zeal. I wasn't like going at you. I was just explaining that people do just delete all the stage 2s that were played and just look at like the bad stage 2s. Yeah. It's just... And again, when you look at even newer stuff, right? Look at Charmeleon. Look at Ivysaur. Look at some of the others that are like, oh, these stage 1s are actually decent. Like, that's all they had to do, is just make decent stage 1s out of the stage... excuse me, out of the stage 2 line. And it just would have been fine. And you would have avoided as much memes like this Hydreigon issue where, like... I mean, Hydreigon would still probably be strong, which is what's funny, but you just don't get second turn of the game ass blasting. You grind the candy up and sprinkle it over the fossil like Salt Bay. That's how that works. Oh, I don't even think we actually finished looking through our Wonder picks. I need this. Guys, I've only got one Aegislash. That's funny. The thing is as well, Aegislash looks like it could be cool. Then you realize they just heal all that with one pop. Do you even need to? Well, I want to if I play it, right? The Aegislash seems better. I mean, -8 is quite a lot, right? And then you add on the other tools. That Steel has access to. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I'm excited for Palafin mechanics, though. Oh, you think we're getting Palafin? Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I don't know. It's just really tough right now. This is equal to just like the Suicune era of just one deck that's just way better than everything else, and then Giga spammed on ladder. It's a real tough one, honestly. Because anything you think of that's like, oh, maybe this will beat Hydreigon, you're like, oh wait, no, it won't. It's mad. Goldango EX. Probably will be getting a Goldango, yeah. For some reason, I feel like the Pokemon Company absolutely love Goldango, and I don't know why. It's a horrible looking Pokemon. I think the game is in a core design issue. Yeah, I think... Here's the thing, though. I think there's not tons of stuff that is over pushed past, right? You don't mind power creep if we're looking at the cards now versus Genetic Apex, right? Cards that came out over a year ago, and still people are playing some of the Genetics Apex cards, right? So I think that's fine. But when it's... The problem with the weird power creep they've done lately is like... What are you designing that's gonna deal with that, right? Like, that's the big problem. Stop coping on rotation. You don't think they're ever gonna rotate in pocket? Of course they're gonna rotate. What are you on about? There's no world in that they don't do rotation. You'd have to be crazy to think they're never gonna do a rotation. Can't get any faster in turn 2. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, what do you even design to deal with it? Yeah, of course they're doing rotation. Yeah, they're probably just gonna do rotation at the end of this year. Or, like, you know, October or whatever their first technical month of the new year is. Or September, was it? September, October? October? Rotation will be end of the year thing. Right. But Pasta didn't say the rotation would happen tomorrow. They're just saying the problem can only really be solved with rotation, which is true. There's no cope there. Right? There's not really any cope going on, it's just true. I don't know. Slacking Ogopon? Don't we have a deck that's slacking Ogopon, or did we delete it? Wait, did I delete it? We did play slacking. Wasn't this, was it? No, that's just Ogopon Leafeon. Huh. It was okay. I see the game should allow at least both players 2 to 3 turns play before deciding the game. I think it should be 3 plus. Because I get people want short games, but it's not a game if it's 2 turns, right? Like it's not a game if you just play 2 turns. Because 1 turn you're very restricted on what you can do anyway, because most of the time you can't attack, and so on, right? And then, right? It just doesn't make sense. Oh god, was it this deck? I'm now losing track of what deck's what. Okay. The problem is, I prefer games where there's decision making that has high impact over the course of, like, you know, 4 or 5 plus turns. And then I always just hear the answer of, like, well, it's a mobile game, it needs to be fast. And it's like, right, well, there's fast, and then there's the speed to the extent where there's no point playing the game. Right? Like, there's no point, you're not playing a game if it lasts 1.5 turns, and it's just done. Why Psychic? Probably because they're on about Comfy. And the problem with Ogopon is Ogopon stops you being slept, but then you have an EX on your bench, which means it's more difficult to play 2 Slackings, for example. I think we played Psychic, from what I can remember. Here we go! Look at him scared. Imagine having card draw, guys. 2, 4, 6. So I'm just dead if I have Cyrus. Okay. It's the slowest play I've ever seen in my life. No Cyrus. Card draw! It's a miracle! Okay. This is just the instrumental? Okay. So guys, I've been trying not to use my heating too much, but my god, it's 3 degrees. It's cold. Mm. Those who know, Jujutsu Kaisen has gone trash. It went from insanely great to trash very fast. Anime. I think whoever, especially, set up Series 3 needs firing or something. Or at least a good talking to. If you don't know about the manga, you'll be... Why? The start of it's just an absolute mess, right? Like, it's an absolute mess. That wouldn't really happen, Pablo, so... Yeah, I wouldn't really think anything about it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at season 3. Right, they've just had the big fight in the city. Season 3 starts, main character gets attacked. Then another person joins in, pretends to kill him, doesn't kill him. They're sat at a campfire, someone else shows up, then someone else shows up. Then they just teleport to someone's basement where there's a woman. Then they talk to her for 2 seconds, then teleport to all these doors. They go through a door and talk to a random alien. And you're just like, what is going on? Like, there's no, like, following it. It's just super random. It's just random. It's just, it's, even the conversations are just random. It's weird. Like, it makes no sense, and whoever structured that and signed that off as a good first few episodes needs their brain tested or something. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. It's just nonsensical. I did need a YouTube explain it. Yeah, that's what, if you need to go and do research to understand what's going on, like, well, not really. This is a true byproduct of seasonal. But was my explanation of what happens incorrect? Because they are literally sat at a campfire. Well, you know what I mean? Like, talking to this guy who sort of faked the killing. Then next minute, they're just in someone's fucking basement out of nowhere. It's like... And then they all just show up at this basement, and then they talk for 2 seconds, and next minute, they're in this, like, alternate dimension door, talking to Tengu, or whatever his name is. And it's like... Like, what is going on? Like, it's so jarring. Because this isn't a byproduct of seasonal anime. Watch My Hero Academia. It's not really the true motives of the story. Right, so it's a mess. Right? If you watch My Hero Academia as an example, you're not just lost instantly. I just think the pure structuring of just how the episode goes is just nuts. Or how the episodes, sorry. But here's the problem, right? You're getting deep on, like, lore and story. I'm on about the structuring of the episodes is ridiculous. It is a horrible watch. I'm not on about the deep lore and story of it. I'm just about to sit and watch it. It's an absolute mess. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's not story and lore. It's just that to sit and watch it as a viewer, just... Honestly, I was struggling to even watch the episodes because it was just random shit. Like, I was struggling to want to sit and just keep watching it because it was just so jarring and so random. And there was no, like, flow to what was going on at all. It was crazy. Also, this, again, I would love to draw some cards game. Imagine if I had cards. Yeah, for me, it went from a really interesting world and story in Season 1. Season 2 was just fight scene the anime, which is fine, but I don't think it was great. And then Season 3 is just, what the fuck is this? Season 3 was just a mess. And it's a shame, because I thought Season 1 was so sick. And my frustration is, they just left what I thought, and I know this is just my opinion, obviously, by the way, but, like, they completely left what I thought was good about Season 1 in Season 2 straight away. They just dumped it all and just left it. Which I thought was such a shame. Because Season 1 was so sick. You learn about the world. You learn about, like, what sort of, like, what the demons are, the levels of demons, the things they can do. Obviously about the main character, about the, you know, the vessel, and so on, so on, so on. Right? Like, you sort of get, you're introduced to new characters, the schools, and so on, and blah, 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 blah. And then Season 2 is big fight in city. You're like, oh, for a whole season? Yeah. Right. And then Season 3 is like, story make no sense now. We are just gonna jump around and do random shit. It's like such a disappointment. I don't know. Is that like a sense from them writing themselves? No, 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 I don't think that. I think it's like they just stopped doing the stuff I liked about the show. I feel like Season 1 was really showing you the world. Well, the setting, I guess, is more accurate. And then they just dumped it in Season 2 and 3. It's good luck. But yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. Season 1, I loved. I thought it was so sick. The setting was cool. The ideas were cool. Demon, everything, right? All, like, the characters were sick. It was cool meeting all the characters and blah, blah, blah. And then they just sort of got rid of all that. super quickly. Like, they just got rid of it. I wasn't a huge fan of the whole of... Well, okay, hang on. The first couple of episodes... Was it 2 episodes of Season 2? Which was the flashback to Gojo and Thingy? I thought that was fine. But, like, pretty much all of Season 2 being a fight scene, I thought was crazy for a second season. Okay, I just guess we're gonna start eating these. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the hardest fall-offs that I've ever had. Like, Rise of the Shield Hero has fell off, in my opinion, pretty hard. But it's still watchable to me. Like, I can watch it, it's just not as good as the first season, right? But this, honestly, I've just not watched anymore because I was struggling to even sit and watch the episodes. It was rough. Okay. Wow, they got rid of Sabrina. Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it's just me, but I would have much preferred, like, one more season of just setting the scene and exploring the world and stuff, and kind of more basic stuff and things, and more training and things like that. Okay. I don't think they have indeed. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, like, to me, I'm not talking about animation or anything like that, but in terms of just watching and enjoying a show, you look at something like My Hero Academia versus Jujutsu Kaisen, like, damn, MHA just blows it out the water. Like, it's not even close. It's mad, like, you don't need a degree and to go and consult the tomes of the past to just work out what the fuck's going on. And on the flip side of that, I think Free Run's so good. I'm loving. I think. Wait, is the new episode out now? Maybe the new episode's out now. Let me check. Where are we up to with Free Run? My only concern with Free Run is it won't have the same hit as season 1 because they just don't have as many episodes, right? Which is a real shame, I think. Oh, Free Run is magical start. Free Run's probably the best show I've ever seen, season 1. Like, full stop, not even anime. Just best show I've probably ever seen. Hope Free Run doesn't fall off. Well, the good thing about Free Run, now, obviously, anything can fall off, right? Like, that, there's no rule that says it can and can't. But for me, the good thing about Free Run is they set the goal really far early on, so they don't have to make up huge. Hopefully, I'm saying this really poorly, but they're not going to be at a loss of what to do because the character has an end goal that's like super far in the future, though, right? Does that make sense? Because they're going to retrace the steps and go into the far north, and that, like, there was a whole long season 1, and then we just got to the north, or got to the beginning of the north, never mind anything else. So they've got like tons of future setup. And honestly, weirdly enough, another personal take, I guess, but like, if Free Run at worst turned into, oh, the whole season's them just going around doing jobs and meeting people, I'd still probably love it. Because I think it's done so well. Yeah, Sakamoto was really good. That was a bit of a surprise for me. Sakamoto's like surprisingly good. I always, and this is probably harsh, right? But I always assume weird premises aren't going to be as good. And often they're actually very good. Like Free Run, for example. Yeah, it's such a weird premise for a show. But genuinely, I've found that the weirder the premise, the probably better the show. Oh, and I finally, very late to the party, finally started Alien Earth last night. And I enjoyed the first episode. Thoughts on Chainsaw Man? So Chainsaw Man, right? It's... What's the best way to explain Chainsaw Man? For me, Chainsaw Man is super weird. Like, and obviously it is, right? It is hyper weird. However, it tells, like, kind of simple stories. So it works. Like, the setting and everything is super weird. But the stories are simple. At least, so for example, you look at oh god, what is it? Oh my god, I've gone blank. Reze? Is it Reze? The film? Like that Reze arc? Like that. Wait, am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Cyrus got me good. Yeah, like the Reze arc. Super weird. Really cool animation. Really cool scenes. Really, and I think this is something that Chainsaw Man does really well as well. The quiet scenes are really good. But still weird. Like, super weird. But the story, very simple. Very simple story. So, the weirdness doesn't overwhelm the ability to watch it because at its core, the story's quite straightforward. Damn, doing this starting planes is very annoying, isn't it? But yeah, does that make sense? You oddly haven't watched... Oh, you should. Because it's, like I said, it's super weird. But very simple at the same time. So it works, because they're not... You're not doing a super weird setting with a super weird story. And trying to make them, like, fit. And they do the chill moments incredibly well. Like, for me, some of the best Chainsaw Man scenes and none of the action. They're really good. Wait. One Piece? Oh, wait. One Piece as in Netflix? No, wait, the anime is season 1 and it's got like 1,000 episodes. What? God, they love trolling people, don't they? Like, what is the power scaling up to? Considering it's season 1. They're redoing One Piece and cutting the fillers. Yes, I will probably watch One Piece. I will watch One Piece when they get rid of all the filler stuff. Because I tried watching One Piece. And the early episodes are rough. So I just couldn't do it. I thought the Netflix show was really good, though. I genuinely think the Netflix show is quite good. Live action One Piece was wildly... Yeah, it's just... Because the thing is, let's be honest, it wasn't a cinematic masterpiece. But it was a really fun show that basically gave you One Piece in a actually watchable format. Which is great. And I think the fact they lent into the silliness and the actors just clearly love it goes a long way. How far did you go? Oh, not far. Basically, they releasing Zoro, like not far at all. Like super early on. But it was just the early episodes are quite harsh. Am I just dead to this? Do I just lose? Didn't reach the actual... No, I wasn't on about rough because of filler. I was on about rough because it's just old animation quality. The voice acting is kind of not great, or at least the quality isn't good. Do you know what I mean? It was just really... Because it wasn't good. Early One Piece isn't good, right? Surely we agree. Not when you look at it now. It hasn't aged very well, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't stop watching it because of filler. I just stopped watching it because it was just rough. Whereas if they're sort of redoing it, are they like updating anything, or are they just re-releasing it with less episodes? Didn't early One Piece release like literally 30 years ago? It was quite a long time ago, yeah. It were, but, and again, I'm not like crapping on it. I'm not saying, haha, it sucks because it's old. It's just, it's old and you can really feel how old it is. That's all. Right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not got the mental for more Pokemon today. What do I want to play? Should we do some more cats? Right, everyone on YouTube, I'm going to call it on YouTube for the day, because again, I don't really want to stream other games. But tomorrow morning, we will be going over the new trailer that's coming out today, and going through the cards and such, so make sure to swing by tomorrow for that. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching on YouTube, guys. Catch me on twitch.tv if you want to keep watching.